Welcome to Northland Basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Everybody, welcome back to Sholo High School for more Northland basketball. The second half of our broadcast doubleheader is about to get underway. Out on the floor, the teams are finishing up their warm-ups. We're about to bring you the action here as we get number 8 versus number 12 in the rankings. The home team, the Show Low Cougars, ranked number 12 in this boys' varsity showdown. And Snowflake, they carry in a number 8 ranking in the state. Welcome into our broadcast, everybody. The 16-5 Show Low Cougars. This is Show Low Cougars basketball here at the Sports Zone, and we welcome all of you in to our courtside location here. You take a look at Sholo right there, what you can see of them. Snowflake gathering up on their side for a final check-in, and we're going to tip this thing off and get it underway. A moment ago, a terrific finish for the Sholo Lady Cougars. They overcame a 15-point deficit to fight back, come back, and eventually beat the Snowflake Lady Lobos by a count of 42-37. A tremendous comeback. And let me do some math for you right now, because at one point it was 27-15. That means that the Cougars from that point on must have scored 27 points, and Snowflake was limited to 10. Outscored them 27-10 after trailing by 15. Meanwhile, the starting lineup is being announced for the Snowflake Lobos. I tune you into our public address announcer. Unfortunately, it's not very easy to hear him, so we're going to go through that starting 5 for you for Snowflake here in just a moment. I want to give you the team overall records this year for these two teams. The number 12 ranked Show Low Cougars are 16-5 overall. Snowflake is 11-5 overall, and ranked number 8 in the state. And in the 3A East region, well, it looks something like this. The Winslow Bulldog boys are in first place, tied with Holbrook, and they're playing in the Battle of Interstate 40 over there tonight. Or should I say that was that last night that they played? Let me look through. I guess it was last night, yeah. It's last night. Winslow beat Holbrook last night to give Holbrook their first region loss. Final score 73-62. Congratulations to Winslow. That Bulldog team they are tough as nails, playing well, playing some good basketball. And Winslow has tied Holbrook after beating them with a 3-1 record each. Tied for first place in the 3A East. Snowflake is a half a game behind with a 2-1 record. Sholo follows them a half a game behind Snowflake with a 1-1 record in the region. And now the national anthem. have no idea who that young lady is that presented the national anthem, but boy, she did a fantastic job. That was one of the best renditions I've heard in a real long time. Well done, Mystery Lady, and we welcome you back in for the opening tip of this one between the number 12 ranked Show Low Cougars as they host the number 8 ranked Snowflake Lobos. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons here, bringing you Northland Basketball at the Sports Zone, and the gentleman that will throw it up and get the opening tip going looks like it's going to be Greg Chavez Jr. There's Greg Chavez Sr. There's Jr. now with the basketball. And those are two of our officials. The other official out there is Scott Baker. Scott Baker, a fantastic officiating crew. And there's the toss. Sholo controls. Preston Power jumping up for Sholo. And we're back underway. And I just lost my computer, sports fans, and so, well, that's why it ain't plugged in. You're going to lose your computer every single time when it ain't plugged in. Meanwhile, Snowflake answers Sholo's opening salvo a moment ago. The Cougars hit a 3 to start the scoring. Snowflake answers with a 2 for our radio audience. Welcome back on to our broadcast of Northland Basketball. And a 3 on the way from the corner right side, and that is good for the lefty. Cameron Wallenstein with the big shot. So Wallenstein gets that bucket, and I'll get caught up shortly with you, folks. Pardon me on the slow and clunky start to the broadcast because I lost my computer just like that. So let me check those numbers for you. Brock Irvin is the guy that opened the scoring for Snowflake, and back-to-back threes to start the game for the hot hand, the big lefty. Cameron Wallenstein now coming off the screen. Nash Brewer unable to get a shot away, so he'll just lob it inside on the kind of the pick and roll action. I don't think it was supposed to be a pick and roll, but that's what it turned into. Preston Power couldn't hit his first shot of the game. Snowflake takes over. The Lobos in their starting lineup, they've got Carson Lewis with the basketball right now. Also in the starting 5 is Merrick Ulberg, guy that scored their first bucket a moment ago. Brock Irvin starts this game for Snowflake. Ezra Baum will get the ball thrown in, and he gets it back into Carson Lewis, and the 5th starter out there for Snowflake is Asher Brewer. Ezra Baum has it, now to Carson Lewis. He is guarded by Thomas Ellsworth. Back to Carson for a three-point try, no good. Inside, rebound, Asher Brewer, and it's tipped around. Ultimately controlled by the Show Low Cougars. He'll get it back, leading 6-2 early on in this one. And Nash Brewer dribbles at the top of the key for Sholo. Here's the lob inside. Preston Power, turn around on the baseline. Elevated and knocked it down on the fadeaway. Nice looking shots by Preston Power. And the big fella for Sholo's got his first points of the game. 8-2, Cougars in front. Sholo starting 5, Nash Brewer, Thomas Ellsworth, Cutter Seeley, also Preston Power, and Cameron Wallenstein are the Cougar 5 starting this game for Coach James Simmons. There's the ball that tips around out of bounds. Snowflake touched it last and lost it out of bounds. And so Sholo takes back over the basketball. Hey, those of you listening on radio, you're listening on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. Sholo the inbound and bring it up. Cutter Seeley, ball overhead, deep on the right angle to Preston Power at the top, to Ellsworth for a jump shot. Left side, it's no good. And Ezra Baum will lose it out of bounds. Well, I'm going to say that Yeah, like I say, Ezra did touch it last night. I think the official got that one right. It's a close one right here. Close call. Now, that might have been actually Ellsworth that got the last hand on it, but the officials don't have the benefit of our second look at it. Here's a bounce pass inside. Nice job by Carson Lewis. Got a hand on it enough to deflect it so that Preston Power would be the last guy to touch that out of bounds. And so, 4 seconds later, the universe corrected itself right there, and Snowflake gets the ball back. Left side, Lewis has it on the angle. Now top of the key. Bomb, and to the corner. Asher Brewer for a jump shot. That one no good. Rebound, Merrick Olberg. And he is fouled by Nash Brewer, and Nash has a little early exchange with the official. And let me tell you that's not the official you want to argue with, I'll tell you. He's got more experience than all of us combined. And that's Olberg at the line. The foul shot's no good. Well, for Nash, that's his first foul of the game. And Olberg will try and add one. He does. So it's a 5-point Cougar lead, and Nash will bring the ball into front court for Sholo. To the top of the key, Ellsworth looking for a screen, and he has it stolen. Carson Lewis took it right away from him. And then a couple of defenders bracketing Lewis up the floor. He's able to save the ball for his team, throwing it in off of one of those Cougars. And with 4:14 on the clock in the first quarter, Snowflake will inbound, and Nash Brewer intercepts it. Stepped in front and give him an assist. No, not going to get the assist. Shot blocked by Olberg. Personal foul by Merrick, though, as he defended Ellsworth after the Brewer pass in transition. So let's take a close look at it right here. It's pretty clean. Must have been some contact down below on the body, because up top, everything from waist up or chest up anyway was pretty clean right there. Impressive defense. But the foul is going to send Ellsworth to the line for Sholo. His first one is no good. Second one is good, and Sholo's lead now is 9-3. 9-3 as we get it underway in this first quarter. 4 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock in the opening stanza of play at Hatch Toyota Arena. Ezra Baum's bounce pass is tipped. Might have been Brewer that tipped it and created the turnover. And Thomas Ellsworth pulls up for a three for Sholo. Knocks that one home. He's got 4 points early on in the game. He'll take another look on the replay as Seeley dribbling right here. Give Seeley the assist. Ellsworth bangs it home, and we get a 30-second timeout. Everybody, back in a moment with more Northland basketball.
Whoa! Did you see Cellular One's affordable connectivity plan now comes with a 100-gigabyte hotspot?
We can stream for days.
Yes, that's right. The Cellular One ACP plan now includes 100 gigabytes of LTE data. Use it as a hotspot every month, in addition to unlimited data on your smartphone. Tribal land residents on government assistance programs can access the free ACP plan, including those enrolled in WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, and Medicaid. Get your free ACP plan at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program, and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to one line per household.
.344 on the clock in the first quarter. 12-3, the Sholo lead. Boy, this start for the Cougars is impressive, isn't it? Aiden Kaur has come into the game for Snowflake, and his first shot attempt is going to hit the side of the backboard. And Cutter Seeley scrambles and battles for a rebound. Look at that great pass to find Preston Power near the basket. He's able to convert, but it was a beautiful assist by Nash Brewer. And Snowflake's getting worked right now by this Sholo team. Pull up three, no good there. Just checked into the game. Landon Clare joined the lineup for Snowflake. Nash Brewer wants the three, and that's just off the mark. Cutter Seeley got the rebound, but Merrick Olberg rejected a shot. Snowflake on the run. Asher Brewer, the spin, missed it, got it back. He's in the paint, battling, not going to happen for him. And it's Preston Power ultimately with the basketball. And we get a whistle and a Snowflake foul. Asher Brewer, the guy that gets called for Snowflake. Well, Asher's got to be a little bit frustrated. I mean, he had a couple of shots inside. He worked and worked and worked. At a minimum, you know, he was trying to draw a foul, and it never came to him. And the frustration was building for him working inside, working in that traffic. Preston Power thought about the three, passed it instead to Ellsworth, who did connect on the three. What a start for Thomas Ellsworth. He's hit a couple of threes early on in the game. He leads Sholo in scoring with 7 points. And now he's going to, well, just about created a turnover. Good defense. Aiden Kaur might have been partially blocked on a shot attempt, partially blocked by Preston Power. Snowflake was able to pick it up inside the paint. And then they're going to go to the foul line with a whistle on. Let's see who got the whistle. Sholo's. It's going to be Jaden White. Jaden White who gets whistled. Preston Power leaves the Cougar lineup. And the foul shot is good by Asher Brewer. Asher made the 2 and the 1. The and one good. 17-6. Ellsworth pulls up and another three for Thomas Ellsworth. Huge start for Thomas. He's made 3 out of 3 tries from outside the arc. Under 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. Look at the Sholo lead right now, 20-6. Sholo ranked number 12. Snowflake ranked number 8. It's been all Sholo in this one. Olberg bounce pass and he threw it right into the hands of the Cougars. And it's Keegan Kobzowitz, the guy that got the steal and he took it coast to coast. Weaved his way through the traffic, made the shot for Sholo. 22-6. Outside, Claire for 3. That one's on the mark. Landon Claire connects for Snowflake. They need that and they need a few more. 22-9. Sholo in front, under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Cohen Stoddard in the lineup for Sholo. Now Jaden White on the drive, and he's going to come up short on his floater. Somebody might have got a hand on it. Olberg got the rebound for Snowflake. Inside, Brewer to Aiden Kaur. There's a whistle. There's a foul. That's going to be Thomas Ellsworth. Picks up the foul. Well, you can't complain about Thomas's foul after the first quarter that he has delivered for this Sholo team. He's knocked down 3 threes and a foul shot to go with that. He's got 10 points already in the game. And Cameron Wallenstein has a steal to Ellsworth. And Thomas able to make that layup. Something you can tell he's worked on because Thomas has struggled with finishing in transition. He just goes so fast. And oftentimes he is too strong in his layup in transition. Not that time. Looked good. And his first quarter has been amazing. There's Brock Irvin working inside for his second field goal. 7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Ellsworth for 3 again, and it's good! Wow, Thomas Ellsworth is owning the Lobos with 15 first quarter points. 4 threes in the game for Thomas Ellsworth. Sholo's going to carry a 27-11 lead into the second quarter. We'll return with that in a moment. Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
With Choice NTUA Wireless, you can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband service. We have expanded our network for more coverage and improved internet plans for your home. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
We return to the action. The second quarter is underway now, 20 seconds in. No real action yet to begin the quarter as there's a scramble right in front of our broadcast desk. It's going to belong to Snowflake. Coach Joe Clare for Snowflake on the bench. He's a little flustered, frustrated by what's going on out there. His team gets the ball here now, and he is coaching at an intense level, I'll tell you that right now. Team trails big, 27-11. Got to slow down that Sholo onslaught and see if they can start to chip away here. It's a jump shot that's up and no good. It's Carson Lewis working with it. Snowflake gets it back inside to Asher Brewer. To the corner for a 3. It's on the way, and that's going to come up well shy of the mark. J.J. Hollis come in, and the Sholo fans are going to let him hear about the air ball that he delivered. Cameron Wallenstein, that 3 is good! Wallenstein has attempted 3 threes and made all of them. Thomas Ellsworth for Sholo has attempted 5 threes and made 4 of them. It's an unbelievable start for the shooters out there for this Cougar team, and they lead 30-11 right now. You play a game like that, right now, Sholo could beat anybody in the state with that performance. Aiden Kerr goes around the defender. He went around Preston Power, and Aiden gets his first points of the game. 30-13, Sholo way out in front. Nash Brewer in a dribble, stop, get it to Kobzowitz. And his little baseline jumper is no good. Keegan unable to make that shot. Keegan Kobzowitz joins Nash Brewer, Cameron Wallenstein, Preston Power, and the 5th right now out there is Mason Bigos. And Bigos out there, the 5 on the floor for Sholo. And that was a shot good. Asher Brewer working down in the low blocks. He's got 5 points now as he gets a quick 2 for his team. And he leads Snowflake in scoring early. Who was that? Is that Nash? Nash Brewer? Everybody getting involved. Had my eyes off the action for a split second, and Sholo hits another 3. This Cougar team is lights out from outside the arc in this one. Snowflake to try to answer with a 2, and that's fine. Nice pass from Asher Brewer to Brock Irvin. You know, that's okay, but you can't trade 2s for 3. You either got to start defending that 3, or you got to make some of your own, and Nash Brewer puts it on the floor, drives to the bucket, lays it nicely off the glass. Well done by Nash. Sholo's success continues. 35-17. Aiden Kerr for Snowflake with the ball on the left angle. Nice pass underneath. Give Aiden the assist, and Brock Irvin the bucket. But again, if Sholo answers here, whatever they get, if they convert on this possession points, it's just you can't make those kind of trades for Snowflake. They got to hit a 3 once in a while. Brewer at the top of the key to the high post. Turn around just inside the free throw line, and there's your answer. I mean, this Sholo team is shooting unbelievably well in the first half. This game is a marked contrast from the first half of the girls' game earlier. The turnovers in that girls' game were unreal, the number. Forced and unforced, the teams were playing a very sloppy first half. The boys' game here, when it comes to shooting anyway, it has been amazing, especially Sholo. Their shooting has been second to none, and that right there probably should have gone in. That was a nice pass to Preston, and that's a play that Sholo runs a lot, and Preston's the target at the end of it. A little surprising Preston didn't make that shot. And we'll get a whistle here at the 3:50 mark of the second quarter. Jump ball, possession, Snowflake. Well, coming up at halftime, it's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. Thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass for their partnership with us here at the Sports Zone and our broadcast coverage of Northland Basketball. And some exchanges. Snowflake is going to get some new guys out there. Ty Boone has checked into the game. Landon Clare is back in the game. He joins Ezra Baum out there. Merrick Goldberg is on the floor. Carson Lewis for Snowflake. Cutter Seeley has come back in to the Sholo lineup. There's Thomas Ellsworth defensively. He's on the floor. Nash Brewer, Preston Power, and Hadley Dazen, who tries to battle and tries to get a rebound for Sholo. It tips out, and it's last touched by Snowflake's Ezra Baum. So Nash Brewer sporting that brand new sleek hairstyle that he's got. I haven't seen Nash with a haircut that short. I've been knowing Nash almost his whole life, and I hadn't seen Nash with a haircut. I don't remember a haircut like that since he was about 7. Pulls up on the baseline right side and gives it up to Hadley Dazen. Way out on top, Cutter Seeley. Deep on the angle, Thomas Ellsworth, and he is going to draw a defender in his face. Carson Lewis is the man-to-man defender on him, trying to stay in his hip pocket because Thomas has been shooting unbelievably well. Here's a lob, down low to Ty Boone, and Boone's got the make for Snowflake. 16-point advantage for the Cougars. Cutter Seeley wants a 3. They almost got it on the bounce. Carson Lewis, rebound, ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Thomas Ellsworth. There's Greg Chavez Jr., the official, coming into your screen right there to help make that call. You got Greg Chavez Jr. out there. His father, Chavez Sr., is on the floor as well. And the other official, that third official, is Scott Baker. I'm going to highlight them again here in a little bit. Tell you about what we're doing for those officials. Give away a little gift, a little prize from the Sports Zone. So you get a shot missed by Snowflake, but an offensive rebound to keep it alive. 2:21 till halftime. 37-21, Sholo in front of Snowflake. Handoff and a pull-up three-point try is going to be off the mark for Landon Clare. It's brought down by Nash Brewer. Dazen up the floor, throws it away. Intercepted by Carson Lewis. And he'll take it himself, and the shot is good for Carson. See if Snowflake can whittle this deficit down a little bit to close it out. Big collision on Cutter Seeley's shot attempt. Both he and Boone hit the ground hard. Seeley gets up limping. The shot was no good, no whistle. There is Preston Power right there for an offensive rebound and a putback for Sholo. And it's 39-23. Olberg from the foul line. His jump shot no good. Preston with a Sholo rebound. He'll bring it up the floor. He's got pretty good handles, the big guy does, but he's blocked. Merrick Olberg comes up and anticipated that pull-up nicely, blocked his shots. Preston is the guy that's normally used to dealing out the block shots. Not that time. Snowflake will step. Nope. Yeah, they do. They step out of bounds, stepped on the baseline to reverse the possession. Sholo gets it back with 1:10 remaining in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report just a moment away. Cameron Wallenstein, the bounce pass to Power for the turnaround, and he gets the swirly little shot to go in. It swirled around the rim there, and Preston Power's got another make for Sholo. 41-23 our score. 50 ticks on the clock. Snowflake working the ball, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Olberg underneath to Boone, head fake, and he's hacked. He's going to go to the foul line. And it was Preston Power in front of him that got whistled for the foul. That's Preston's first foul of the game. Well, guess what? That's only the first foul whistled on either one of these teams in the second quarter. We're almost done with the period. We played a really clean quarter right there. Ty Boone, unfortunately, not clean from the foul line as you watch the replay of Preston Power's baseline jump shot. Boone makes the second. Inbound, Mason Bigos brings it across. Lewis defensively on him, now to Dazen. Sholo's got the bench out there. Cameron Wallenstein, the only starter that's on the floor right now, and he's got to look at three, and that shot is good for Cam. Wallenstein's got 4 threes in the first half. This Sholo shooting has just been unbelievable in this game. Bounce pass inside, Boone. Nice low post move by Ty Boone. Goes to work and gets the shot off the glass, but again, they traded a 2 for that previous 3. Bigos try to beat the buzzer. Shot is no good, partially blocked out there. I believe that was Baum on the defense. What a first half for the Show Low Cougars. They come into the game ranked number 12 in the state, and they have manhandled the number 8 ranked Snowflake Lobos for an 18-point halftime lead. The score here, 44-26. Sholo in front of Snowflake. We're back in a moment to break it down on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. This is Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone.
When words are just not enough, to celebrating an everlasting love or brightening your home with a splash of color, the Bloomhouse Floral Design Shop in Pine Top is your floral design partner. Beautiful spring blooms are ready for grab and go. Want to deliver flowers often but don't want the hassle of trying to remember? Bouquet subscriptions are now available. The Bloomhouse, open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturday from 10 until 4, is dedicated to bringing the beauty of nature to all.
What's better than a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte? 16 grandes paid for by Cellular One. Use your Cellular One talk, text, or data to enter our Winter Wednesday drawing. Every Wednesday this September, 23 lucky Cellular One customers will win a $100 Starbucks gift card. Stay connected with loved ones, and maybe you will be enjoying coffee on us this week. Check out Cellular One's Facebook and Instagram page for details. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 and over and September 30th. Visit our website for full rules. No purchase necessary. Ends 9/30/23.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any all-star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
We get it. The last thing you probably want is a trip to the hospital. But the first thing you should consider is where you'll receive the best healthcare experience. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, we strive to be the community's preferred healthcare provider. Need a home doctor visit, a wellness appointment, or to utilize the latest CT and MRI technology? Our professionally trained staff will care for you with empathy and purpose. White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse?
Aw, you're the best, honey.
Followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. Premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert, and $1,000 cash. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Hey, sports fans, it's halftime at Sholo High School. What a first half for the Cougar boys. As we bring you Sholo Cougars basketball here at the Sports Zone, part of our Northland Basketball presentation. Sholo leads Snowflake 44-26. The Show Low Cougars have made 9 three-pointers in the first half. Snowflake has only connected on 1. You just cannot trade threes for 1 like that. So just in that exchange alone, if Snowflake had made the equal number of 2s, all right, 8 points would be the difference right there. As for the game total itself, 18 points is the halftime lead for the Cougars, who are led in scoring by Thomas Ellsworth. 15 points in the first half for Thomas. All of that came in the first quarter. Thomas connected on 4 out of 5 3-point tries in the first period. He's got 15 to lead the way for Sholo. His teammate Cameron Wallenstein has been equally as deadly from outside the arc. Cameron has made 4 out of 4 3-point tries. He's got 12 points in the game. How about 2 guys between them? 8 out of 9 from outside the arc. That's just unbelievable shooting. Preston Power has 10 points, all of that in the paint. Teammate Nash Brewer with 5 points, and Keegan Kobzowitz wraps up the Sholo scoring. He's got 2 points in the game. And for the Snowflake Lobos, who need to get their offense jump started in the second half, well, Brock Irvin has 8 points. Asher Brewer has 5 points. Also 5 points for Ty Boone. Some good bench points out of Ty for Snowflake. Landon Clare with 3 points. Carson Lewis has 2 points. Aiden Kaur has 2 points. And Merrick Olberg with a single points out there tonight so far for the Snowflake Lobos. The Lobos, the higher ranked team coming in. They checked in with a number 8 ranking in the state. Sholo was number 12. And in the 3A East region, coming into the night, Winslow was tied with Holbrook in first place in the 3A East. Each of them with a 3-1 record, thanks to Winslow beating Holbrook last night at Tony Munoz Gymnasium in Holbrook on the Budenholzer courts. So those 2 teams tied for first. Snowflake a half a game behind with a 2-1 record, sitting alone in third place. Sholo checked in tonight, a half a game behind Snowflake in fourth place. Payson follows them with a 1-3 record, and then the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets have failed to win yet in the 3A East. Blue Ridge is 0-3 right now, bringing up the final position in the standings right now for the 3A East. Well, tomorrow night we will be at Monument Valley. Monument Valley for a 6 o'clock start. The boys play first, the girls play second tomorrow night. Monument Valley will host Window Rock. Big game, and you, the fans, voted for us to be there. So that's where we're going to be tomorrow night. And then on Tuesday, we're not quite sure where we're going to be. What's that? Nope, it's abandoned. You're welcome to it. We don't know yet where we're going to be on Tuesday night. We do know that next Thursday we will be at Mountain View High School. Mountain View hosting Westwood. It's the Mountain View Toros, the Westwood Warriors. And that is something that Mountain View's head coach asked us about and lobbied hard and made a strong request. And when it was all said and done, we agreed we would go and cover that game next Thursday night. There are a number of Native American players, a number of Navajo Nations players that play for Mountain View, and I think even for Westwood. And so we're going to cover that game next Thursday night, part of our Northland Basketball product that we bring you. And the following day, next Friday, is when I will be in Phoenix to be inducted into the Arizona Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. That'll be next Friday. And then the following Saturday, we got a big day-long, we're doing day-long coverage of a wrestling tournament at Mogollon High School. So a lot of stuff going on coming up at the Sports Zone. We're going to take our final halftime timeout now and return with the second half in just a moment. Sports fans, stand by for the second half of Northland Basketball. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report concludes now. Back to start the third quarter right after this. Northland Basketball brought to you by the Sports Zone.
What can you do for that special Valentine in your life? How about take them out for a romantic steak dinner at Cattleman's Steakhouse?
Aw, you're the best, honey.
Followed by 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. Then let them know their name is in the hat to win a Valentine adventure they will never forget. Premium VIP front row tickets to Blake Shelton live in concert. with special guests Dustin Lynch and Emily Ann Roberts. And if it couldn't get any better, add $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a broken windshield, call the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint and treat your Valentine to steak dinner, the movies, and a shot at front row tickets to see Blake Shelton live in concert, and $1,000 cash. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Second half about to get underway here from Sholo High School, everybody. Hatch Toyota Arena is the site of tonight's Northland Basketball and Show Low Cougars basketball. The Cougars hosting the Snowflake Lobos. Our score here 44-26. We've lost the scoreboard all of a sudden. And there it is. Makes a return. And we'll be able to get the second half underway. Let's check your starting five for the home team. The Show Low Cougars. Preston Power inbounds the ball to Thomas Ellsworth. Dribbles, kicks it to Nash Brewer, who travels. You've got Ellsworth, Brewer, and Power, and the other two starters for the second half for Sholo are Cutter Seeley, number 10, and Cameron Wallenstein, number 24. The Snowflake Lobos get possession of the ball now for the first time in the third quarter as we bring you back to Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. My name is Floyd Simmons, and Carson Lewis has the ball, starts the second half for Snowflake. Asher Brewer is out there. A travel called on Merrick Ulberg. He loses the ball, turns it over. So Merrick is going to give that up. He is one of the starters for the second half. He and Brewer and Lewis, and the other two are number 23, Ezra Baum, and number 15, Brock Irvin. Snowflake second half starters. Sholo 44, Snowflake 26. Nash Brewer has it for Sholo. Drive, and Cameron Wallenstein bounces the pass into the paint, right into the wrong guy's hands. Ezra Baum, pardon me on that. Ezra's got it, feeds the baseline, and a nice power move under the defender. Cameron Wallenstein could not stop Asher Brewer, who got the jump on him, got that explosive first step, and he makes the shot for Snowflake. They trail by 16. Preston Power to Thomas Ellsworth. Sholo feeds it to the baseline. Power, the jump shot, got the nice bounce. Preston, boy, I tell you, from 12 feet in, I don't know how many better players in the state there are than Preston Power, but there aren't many. I don't know what, I don't know if you could count that number. Certainly can't be more than the number on your hand. And he might be the best, I don't know. Long pass up the floor for the Cougars. It's knocked out of bounds. And Sholo will have an inbound coming up. 46-28. And now Nash Brewer will check out of the game. He's holding his jersey, maybe got a little blood going. And it looks like that's what it is. Here's the inbound to Cameron Wallenstein inside. Power in the paint, gonna pull up, and there he is, just proving my point. Proving my point. How many people 10, 12 feet in are better than Preston Power? He's got such great elevation on that shot. Hard to defend. And that one is as well. That's a hard shot to defend. Ezra Baum pulls up for a three for Snowflake, answering on the other end. 48-31, Sholo in front. Cutter Seeley goes baseline. Has to stop. The ball's kicked around. Snowflake will lose it out of bounds. Nope, they didn't lose it out of bounds. That was a good job. They saved it. Saved it off of Sholo. And they'll gain possession of the ball. The Lobos are going to bring Ty Boone into the lineup. But we'll get a timeout here with 5:50 on the clock, everybody. We're going to stay right here. We're going to get a shot not just of that Sholo team there. You see the zoom in there on Sean Ulvestad's look, but let's take a look at the officials in this one. We've got those two youngsters right there. Scott Baker, the guy with the basketball. You see in the back of, I guess, the head official in this one. That's Greg Chavez Jr. And now the venerable one, Greg Chavez Sr. These great officials, and these are three of the best out there. But we've got such good officials across Northeast Arizona. And we need to remind ourselves and be reminded often of the job they do, how necessary they are. And they do a terrific job. They are as good at their job as any coaches in our area or any players for sure, okay? These gentlemen do a great job, and we can't thank them enough. Remember, this game was supposed to be played last night, but they played it tonight. As you watch Carson Lewis get an open look, can't make it. Cutter Seeley, a Sholo rebound. This game was supposed to be played last night, and they couldn't play it because we don't have enough officials here in this part of the state. We need more officials, and there are a number of officials have just left the ranks, left the officiating ranks because of the treatment they get at the hands of ungrateful fans. We need to be more grateful for the effort they put in, the time they put in. You know, they're not paid the most generous salaries for calling a game. And I'm so thankful for people like Greg Chavez Sr., Greg Chavez Jr., Scott Baker. Scott, one of the great young officials in the entire state, by the way. And, you know, to say our thanks, we're giving away here at the Sports Zone. We're going to give away to an official over the next, few days. Maybe tomorrow, maybe by Monday. As you watch Preston Power, who's better from 12 feet in than Preston Power? Name somebody for me. Here's the drive, and that shot no good. Comes up short for Olberg and Snowflake, and Sholo's got an open man under the basket. Seeley couldn't handle the pass. Back outside to Thomas Ellsworth, who was hot as a pistol in the first half shooting threes. Couldn't make that one right there. I hate halftime, by the way. You should have the option, if you're playing really well, you should have the option if you're the home team of not having a halftime break. They should have just played right through halftime because it cools off your shooters. There's a rebound for Nash Brewer. So we get a little bit of a stoppage here coming up. As you watch, see, Brewer misses from three. See, look at that. That's what I'm saying. Halftime. It ruins everything if you're hot out there. Snowflake gets it back. The guy at the top with it is Carson Lewis, and dangerously close to carrying the ball right there. Didn't get the hand under, and that's what's going to constitute a carry. And look at Preston Power stepping in front of that pass. Steal it and finish and get the foul. Preston Power taking over the game a bit. The foul is on Ezra Baum. That'll be Ezra's first whistle of the game, and Preston impressing. He's got 18 points. Take a look at this. Let's show these cards again. We got these Maverick gas cards. Going to show it to the camera right there. You see that? Basketball fans, you got these two cards, 25 and 25. That's $50 in Maverick gas that we're going to give away to an official to say thank you. Our Sports Zone officials appreciation gift. As Preston Power missed, but Thomas Ellsworth didn't. Ellsworth, after the offensive rebound, cashes in for the Cougars. He's got 18 points in the game. And a smooth 5 of those field goals. Well, all 5 of his field goals. No, I take it back. I take it back. 5 field goals from outside, and he does have a 2-pointer. Well, there's an answer for Snowflake, and they're going to call timeout quickly after a make. J.J. Hall found himself some space out there and got his first points of the game on a 3-point make for Snowflake. That will make our score 55-34 as you look again. Feed it outside, wide open, and J.J. Hall cashes it in for the Snowflake Lobos. Grab a 30-second timeout, everybody. Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone.
Don't settle for less on a gift when you can give way more for way less. The Hallmark Gold Crown store in Pine Top goes beyond having the perfect card. Exciting new lines were just released. Bourbon Barrel Foods out of Louisville, Kentucky features gourmet sauces, nuts, and seasonings. Jack Black's Men's Superior Skincare
Be manly
and clean. And for ladies, pinkies up. Luxury teas, sugars, cups, and infusers. Open Monday through Saturday. The Hallmark is where smiles are made together.
Thank you to the Hallmark Gold Crown store in Pine Top. Thank you to Ace Hardware of the White Mountains as well, a broadcast partner of ours here at the Sports Zone. Shot no good from the corner. Ellsworth comes up a little shy on that one. Well, again, halftime cools you off a little bit, but Ellsworth did knock down that three a moment ago for the Cougars. And he is at 18 points. That's got to be somewhere near a career high for Thomas. Certainly is the high that we've ever seen in a game that we've covered of the Show Low Cougars. Asher Brewer goes around the defender on the baseline outside to Landon Clare, and a travel called on Landon, and I think you could have called a travel on Asher when he works around the defender on the baseline. So one way or the other, Snowflake gave the ball up. Sholo will get it back in a full court pressing defense employed by the Lobos. Inbound to Hadley Days, and he beat the defenders back. That's when your defense breaks down, and Nash Brewer, the quarterback that he is, found the open receiver behind the defense and threw a touchdown pass right there on the inbound. Nash Brewer is being courted by a college in Wisconsin called Carroll University. As you watch Asher Brewer take a nice pass, and Asher's got a bucket. Nash is looking for an opportunity to play college football, and he's got many interested parties out there. And I know he's been offered by Carroll University, and I know that because my son David also has been offered by Carroll University. And it's a pretty good offer, I got to tell you. Ottawa University also has offered my son. And Nash has got a number of opportunities. As you see a foul, Snowflake going to the line for an and one. Landon Clare, the guy that makes the shot, and gets an opportunity. That's the second foul whistled on Nash Brewer in the game. Clare to the line for Snowflake, and the shot is good. It's a much needed and one, but still 18 points separating these teams. Sholo comfortably on top. Ellsworth, right side to Keegan Kobzowitz, who's coming to the lineup. Here's Hadley Dazen. Ellsworth fires a pass to the corner, and Preston Power unable to make that one. Offensive rebound for Nash Brewer. Fadeaway, no good. Inside, Thomas Ellsworth finishes that one up for the Cougars, and Thomas has 20 points in the contest. That's also the lead for Sholo, 20 points. Minute 18 left in the third quarter. Snowflake tried to throw a pass down to the baseline, and Landon Clare lost it for a second. And then finally a Thomas Ellsworth personal foul. He's got his second foul of the game. Here comes Cameron Wallentyne and Cohen Stoddard into the game. Out go Nash Brewer and Preston Power for Sholo. Final minute and 10 seconds of this third quarter. Inbound, Aiden Court throws it in, it gets kicked around. Sholo with Keegan Kobzowitz and Cohen Stoddard out there. Thomas Ellsworth, Cameron Wallentyne, Hadley Dazen. Inbound for Snowflake. To Asher Brewer. Outside to Landon Clare. Now on the angle is J.J. Hall, and he's got the three. Second three of the quarter for number 3. And we've got 50 seconds remaining in the quarter. Snowflake trying to get what they can and whittle it down a little bit before the quarter ends. Ellsworth for 3. That one no good. Clare the rebound. And his pass is defended well by Hadley Dazen, who knocks it out of bounds. Landon was looking across the court, and he had a teammate, J.J. Hall, coming up the left side, and he was going to try to get it there as quick as he could. And the official's going to talk something over the ball and knocked out of bounds. And Joe Clare was breathing a sigh of relief on something. I don't know what. Inbound to Aiden Court. And then a pull-up jump shot for Asher Brewer. It just rims out, no good. Keegan Kobzowitz on the rebound for Sholo. And eventually Snowflake will intercept a Hadley Dazen pass. No shot clock for the final 20 seconds. 17-point Sholo lead right now. Third quarter coming to an end. Now 13 seconds. Clare outside, deep for a shot, for a 3. No good for J.J. Hall. And it's saved in by Snowflake to Sholo, but stolen by Coor with 3 seconds left in the quarter, and he makes the layup. Time runs out. Snowflake able to grab a quick little steal and a basket to close it out, make it a 15-point game. Well, you can still come back from that, but that is quite a little mountain to climb in the fourth quarter for the Lobos. We'll grab a timeout as you watch Coor get the job done. We'll return for the fourth quarter here at Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone.
You may qualify for free internet with Choice NTUA Wireless. If you already have Choice Tribal Lifeline, then you may also qualify for a free home internet connection with the Affordable Connectivity Program. Visit one of our Choice NTUA Wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/ACP and get qualified for a free internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
If there's one player on the field that outperforms the rest, it's Perkins Cinders. Like any All-Star, they put in the hard work by sourcing, sorting, and delivering all things dirt. Concrete materials, gravel, cinders, topsoil, mulch, and more. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders will help you score that huge win with your project. Serving the entire White Mountains at PerkinsCindersInc.com. Get a load of this.
Final 8 minutes up on the clock. Everybody, welcome back to Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. This is Show Low Cougars basketball, part of our Northland Basketball package at the Sports Zone. Floyd Simmons right here, and the fourth quarter officially begins with Sholo in possession. In the paint, there he is, from 12 feet and in. You can't stop Preston Power. Somebody out there on our YouTube chat, name a player from 12 feet in that's better than Preston Power. I just want to hear your opinion, your thoughts on the matter. Because I don't know that there's a better player that close to the basket than that number 11 out there. We're going to get a whistle, and that might have been Preston who stepped in defensively and just not committed to the foul. Nope, it's Nash Brewer. Nash Brewer commits his third foul of the game. And it's Landon Clare to the free throw line to try to add to his 6-point personal total right now. He does with a foul shot right there. That's good. Let's see. Anybody out there want to try to challenge me? I don't think so, man. I'm looking at the chat out there as you watch that one go in as well. So Clare makes both of those. 61-46. Sholo in front with the basketball in the paint. It goes to Preston, and he gets handcuffed out there, and a personal foul whistled on. Looks like Nash Robinson. Robinson has been playing fair amount here in the second half for Snowflake, and he just committed the foul, trying to stay defensively with Power. Robinson's young, I think. He must be a sophomore, maybe. He's got a tough assignment right now. Try to quiet down Preston Power, who misses one finally in the paint. Rebound Snowflake. 7:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. At the end of the game, we'll announce the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And Robinson spots up for a three and knocks it down for Snowflake. 61-49 now. 12 points the difference. It was just 20 a moment ago. Remember that? Sports fans, turn around after the rebound, and there's Preston Power. So smooth. The big fella looking good like he does. 6.5 remaining in regulation. And the Cougars back in front by 14. Asher Brewer drives. As the lane went up there, and then we're going to get a foul before he gets the shot away. Inbound on the way for Snowflake on the second Sholo team foul, and the guy in traffic that picked it up is Thomas Ellsworth. 3 on Thomas for the game. As I said, the second team foul in the fourth quarter on Sholo. Snowflake's got 1. Here's the inbound for the Lobos. J.J. Hall tried to catch and release, and he did miss the 3. Sholo comes up with the basketball. From the corner, a Cougar 3 from Cutter Seeley, no good. Rebound, Sholo. How about that? Thomas Ellsworth rebound. Give him an assist as he feeds Preston Power on the reverse. Preston's got 24 points in the game. So right now, I would say that Thomas and Preston are battling neck and neck for the Sports Zone's player of the game. Here's a pull-up for Clare, and Landon unable to make that shot. Rebound, Sholo, and they'll throw it out of bounds. Snowflake to get it back. But the lead again back to 16 points. Robinson leaves the game. Brock Irvin comes in for Snowflake. And for Sholo, Nash Brewer goes out. Hadley Dazen replaces him. Dazen along with Cutter Seeley, Thomas Ellsworth, Cameron Wallenstein, Preston Power. Bounce pass inside. A beautiful feed by Aiden Kerr. Boy, he distributes well, doesn't he? He does a good job setting his guys up. And it was Asher Brewer that got the benefit of that. He made the basket for Snowflake. Dazen in the paint. And Brock Irvin slaps his pass, swats it. Kerr comes up with a loose ball. Snowflake, the Euro in the paint. And Landon Clare going to the foul line on a Sholo foul. And it's Seeley that commits it. Cutter's got his second foul of the game for Sholo. 65-51. The Cougars in front of the Lobos. And a much needed foul shot good for Clare. He's made 4 free throws in a row. 4 out of 4 at the line. He's got a chance to go into double figures right here. And the broadcaster jinx unable to make it. Brock Irvin try to save it in, throws it in to Cutter Seeley after the missed free throw. Snowflake, loose ball, picked it up. Asher Brewer owns it. Forced pass by J.J. Hall. Might have considered not making that pass right there. It's kind of got a little rushed. Was kicked out, knocked out by Sholo. So Snowflake will have an inbound, but that was dangerously close to giving up an important possession. Inbound, Snowflake's got to get points. Now, J.J. Hall wants a 3. Unable to get it. Snowflake's got the rebound. Brock Irvin pushes one up, and the shot is good. The one-hand push shot is good for Brock Irvin. And a quick Snowflake timeout off the make. Trying to get this thing down. They've got it down to 11 now. Down to 11 points. The Sholo lead and a full timeout, so we'll take 30 right here at 4:50 on the clock in the fourth quarter. This is Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
We get it. The last thing you probably want is a trip to the hospital. But the first thing you should consider is where you'll receive the best healthcare experience. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, we strive to be the community's preferred healthcare provider. Need a home doctor visit, a wellness appointment, or to utilize the latest CT and MRI technology? Our professionally trained staff will care for you with empathy and purpose. White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Back into it, everybody. We welcome you back to our broadcast location courtside at Hatch Toyota Arena, the home of the Show Low Cougars. In a moment, we're going to flash again these $25 gas cards that we have to give away from the Maverick stores. These gas cards are going to come in handy. These two right here, there's 25 apiece. And we're going to give them to one very lucky official that calls games across Northeast Arizona. We'll get the full roster of names of officials from Mike Gillespie, who's the head of officials here in this district, this region, whatever they call it. We're going to get the full list of the officials and draw somebody's name at random, and somebody, just to say thank you for the great work that all the officials do, somebody is going to get these gift cards. As you watch Snowflake able to cash in, get a takeaway, get the transition basket. Landon Clare is the guy that gets it done. He's got 11 in the game for these Lobos, and they have cut Sholo's lead to 9. What a comeback. Well, make it 11 again. What do you do when all else fails? What do you do when you've got to get a 2? You send it inside to Preston Power. And what does he do? I don't know. He's almost indefensible. Baseline, floating, jump shot, and Keegan Kobzowitz makes contact on Merrick Ulberg to send Merrick to the foul line. That's Keegan's first foul of the game. And Ulberg has just a single point to his name so far in the game today. We'll see if he adds right here with his team trailing by 11. Make it 10. So the free throw is good. Here comes Nash Brewer into the game, replacing Hadley Dazen for Sholo. Brewer joins Ellsworth, Power, Wallenstein, and Kobzowitz for Sholo. And 2 pressure foul shots made by Olberg. Snowflake is 5 out of 6 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Kobzowitz into front court with the left-hand dribble. Gets it off to Ellsworth. He works that baseline. Now inside, there is Preston. Power for 2. He is a machine in the paint. Preston to turn around, and he makes it 11 points again, the lead for the Cougars. Olberg for 3, and he's got that shot from the corner. What a great make for Olberg. He's been silent on offense throughout most of the game, but makes that shot right there, and it's a big one for Snowflake. They call timeout as they have cut Sholo's lead to 8 points. 69-61, got wide open. Didn't respect the man drifting out to the corner, and Merrick Olberg made the Cougars pay on that one. How about this? With 3:15 remaining in regulation, it's down to just an 8-point Sholo lead. The Cougars got to be feeling a little tentative at this point. Well, we showed you those Maverick gift cards a moment ago, as we thank our sponsors, Choice Wireless and Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to the Furniture Gallery and Snowflake for their partnership with the Sports Zone and our coverage of Northland Basketball. Hatch Concrete, a great partner of ours here at the Sports Zone. So we get back to the action. Here comes the inbound. We're going to get the roster of officials that cover games in the White Mountains on the Navajo Nation. And we will give away those 2 gas cards to show our gratitude to all that they do to make sure these games can be played. Snowflake's got it back. Can you imagine right here? Can you imagine if Snowflake hit a 3 right here, what that would do? This Lobo team has just fought back, kept going, and here they are, and the game is within reach with time left for them. Inbound to Brock Irvin. And Brock is going to get a pass that deflects out to Merrick Olberg at the top. And now Ezra Baum launches a 3, and that's going to be off the mark. Rebound. That was rebounded momentarily by Nash Brewer. He tried to hit his teammate, trying to hit Power with an outlet pass, and that's out of bounds off Sholo. And the Cougars, you can see the body language, and they just have that look of uncertainty. And Coach Simmons showing some concern right there. Inbound, 2:40 remaining. Snowflake. And a bounce pass that skips through. Is that last touch by Nash Brewer? The official says yes. Show Low Basketball. No, Cougars give it up. Well, they didn't have it. Let me reset my entire mental process there. Snowflake's ball for an inbound. Inbound to Ezra Baum. Return it to Carson Lewis. Baum swings it left side now. Olberg, they tried to get Lewis open in the corner. Sholo defense wouldn't allow, and a travel is called. Olberg tried to do a little Euro inside of one of the defenders. And that's a travel and a turnover by Snowflake. Inbound for Sholo to Ellsworth, and he is fouled immediately. Carson Lewis, that'll be team foul number 2 on Snowflake. And you know what? I think Snowflake's got to foul. Snowflake should think about fouling again here quickly a couple of more times. Even though we don't do 1-and-1, at some point you've got to be fouling the other team to try to get the ball back. And hope the foul line isn't friendly to that opponent. 2:05, jump stop. Nash Brewer back outside, try to burn some clock, down to 13 on the shot clock, and 2 minutes remaining. And Coach Simmons calls timeout for Sholo. 30-second timeout with exactly 2 minutes remaining in regulation. As I take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule tomorrow we're at Monument Valley. The boys play at 6. The girls follow that tomorrow night. As you watch this one here, Sholo hosting Snowflake. Sholo Cougars basketball. So tomorrow night we go to Monument Valley. Tuesday is yet to be determined. We have some options, but we have not yet finalized Tuesday. There are some circumstances and conditions that we have to watch. There's some Blue Ridge players and maybe a Snowflake kid sandwiched in there with hanging out with the Blue Ridge guys, and there's some different players. Recognize a couple of those Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket basketball team members. Inbound, quick foul. Merrick Ulberg fouls Cutter Seeley. Send him to the foul line. No. Pardon me on that. That's only the third team foul on Snowflake. And I think that they needed to commit that foul. I think it's a good time for it right there. Second foul of the game on Ulberg. Inbound finds Thomas Ellsworth, and a steal by Carson Lewis. He controls the ball up the floor, and he just got fouled, blocking foul on Ellsworth. That was extremely well done by Carson Lewis, who comes up hobbled a bit after the contact. Ellsworth's fourth foul of the game. He's got 20 points for Sholo. And the guy at the line trying to work out that he got conked on the leg there on that contact and makes the foul shot. Big free throw make for Carson Lewis. Snowflake has been steady at the line in the fourth quarter. 6 out of 7. 7 out of 8. That's big. 69 to 63. A steal for Snowflake and a block for Cameron Wallenstein of Sholo. Carson Lewis stole it. Cameron Wallenstein blocked his shot, and then a jump ball ensued. Rejection. Cameron with the big size advantage. He was looking down the whole way on that, wasn't he? I'm not even sure Cameron had to leave his feet. Inbound, stolen again by Snowflake. Wraparound. Brewer, too strong, but he's fouled. 2 shots on the way. Asher Brewer, and oh boy, got to be careful. One of those Show Low Cougars heaved the ball pretty aggressively at the official. Was not happy about something. Not happy about that call. I didn't see who it was, but the official paused for a moment and appreciating the immensity of the moment, let it go. Snowflake's had a fantastic fourth quarter and 2 big foul shots made by Asher Brewer. He leads the team with 13 points in the game. 95 seconds left. Up the floor it goes. Contact near the basket. Ball out of bounds off of Snowflake. Officials are going to get together and talk about it. Decide what's going on. Let's look at it again right here. Hold on a second. We got an offensive foul. That is an offensive foul on Cutter Seeley. Look at it again. Show us that again. Full speed. If you can. Well, I don't know if we're going to get another look at it. Can we go full speed on it? Because they're going to inbound here in a second. Look at full speed. So there's the pass and then the contact, and they're going to get Cutter Seeley for his 4th foul, and the Sholo fans hated it. The Snowflake fans, of course, they loved it. And look at the difference here. 4 points, 69 to 45. They may have just asked one of the Sholo students to leave the building. I'm not sure. There's a talk going on in the locker room. I mean in the hall outside the building, but that doesn't matter because we got 94 seconds remaining in this one, and Snowflake trying to complete the comeback. And what a comeback it would be. Landon Clare to Carson Lewis. Well, I'm not sure. Very close to turning the ball over. Asher Brewer, skip pass to the corner. Landon Clare, and now Ezra Baum on the baseline. The jump shot no good. Asher Brewer skies, rebounds, puts it back, a 2-point game. And Snowflake calls timeout with 1:08 remaining. What an effort by Asher Brewer. Watch this. Not to be denied. Working against Preston Power. No easy task for anybody. That was just pure effort by Asher Brewer. We'll take another look at this and maybe slow it down to just emphasize the effort. There's the shot miss. Here's the rebound. Brewer, he's got the 2 defenders there and able to somehow will that thing up and in for Snowflake and make this a 2-point game. 69-67. Can the Cougars hold on? Let you know what a a Sholo lead will do. By the way, this is that play a moment ago. Remember, while we're not going to see it, but that play a moment ago that the Cougar fans did not appreciate the offensive foul called. There's the tail end of it right there. All that's missing in that look was the contact. Inbound for Sholo coming up. It's inbound, it's stolen by Asher Brewer, and it's knocked out of bounds. Sholo got a hand on it last. Snowflake will own the basketball. Good call by the official. I believe he nailed it. I believe he got it just right here. I don't know if you'll see it, but I believe it was Thomas Ellsworth got a last hand on it. That official was right on the spot. Can Snowflake somehow tie or maybe even take the lead on this possession? Hand check, and Thomas Ellsworth just fouled out. Ellsworth is out of the game. And that puts Sholo defensively in a tight spot because Ellsworth is as fast, as speedy as they get. Thomas just fouled out of the game. He's done. And he didn't even know it. He did not know he had 4 fouls. He looked up just now. He's a little incredulous. Didn't realize. The guy at the line can tie the game. Carson Lewis. We got a 1-point game right here, folks. Snowflake has been brilliant at the foul line in the fourth quarter. They have not shot a foul shot in the fourth period. In fact, they have only shot 1 free throw in the entire second half. And 3 free throws in the entire game. That one misses. Rebound Snowflake. Brewer couldn't make it. Brock Irvin does, though. Wow. Snowflake leads 70-69. 45 seconds remaining. What a comeback by the Lobos. It's unbelievable. And a Carson Lewis foul. He's got 2 in the game as he fouls Nash Brewer to force an inbound pass here with 44 seconds remaining. You've got to be kidding me. At halftime of this game, I really did not see the possibility of this happening. Inbound, Mason Bigos. He had to come in, and he's a little cold on the bench, hadn't played in a while. He had to come in replacement of Thomas Ellsworth. Lob it, down low, and a foul on the pass, on the entry pass. And that's going to send Preston Power to the foul line for 2 shots. The guy that got him and had a chunk of the jersey in his hands was Asher Brewer. 2 fouls in the game on Asher. And 2 free throws coming up for a guy that sits at 28 points in the game. 10 points in the fourth quarter. Preston Power. Tie ball game. 70s, everybody. Into the game goes J.J. Hall for Snowflake. He replaces Brock Irvin. 31 seconds remaining in regulation. You're listening to Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio across the White Mountains. And Sholo's got the lead back. What a big foul shot by Preston Powers. Got 30 points in the game. Snowflake does not have to shoot early, and they're going to throw it away. Ezra Baum's pass to the baseline to Asher Brewer was just too tall. Asher could not bring it down, and a costly turnover by Snowflake. They did not have to shoot. There was no shot clock for the final 17 seconds. And they threw it away. We got a full timeout on the floor. This game has been marvelous. What a comeback by the Snowflake Lobos. And how did they do it? They outscored Sholo 18-15 in the third quarter. And they have outscored Sholo 26-12 in the fourth quarter. That's how they've made their comeback. Sholo, the other thing, Sholo went cold after halftime. They have not shot the ball nearly as well as they did in the first half. I mean, I think they were shooting from outside the arc. They must have been shooting 70% in the first half. Their overall shot percentage for the first half was, who knows, 60-something%. It has not been the same in the second half for Sholo, and that has aided Snowflake in their comeback. Sholo for the inbound. Snowflake's got to get a takeaway. Nash Brewer throws it in. Preston Power, collision. Ball on the floor, no whistle. Snowflake's got it with 12 seconds. They can win it right here. Drive. Ezra Baum. Too hard. Too strong. Rebound Brock Irvin. Contact. No shots. The officials let it play out, and we'll get a foul on Snowflake. And Sholo with a 71-70 lead. Looks like they're going to win this game with 1.8 seconds remaining. What a finish here at Hatch Toyota Arena. Well, listen, give the officials credit for the way they let it play out at the end. They were not going to take the game out of the hands of the kids. Some contact out there for sure. And both teams playing at a fever pitch in those final seconds. Bodies hitting the floor, contact made. I think this is how you let a game play out. And a free throw miss. They did put time back up. You see it on the live video stream. They put time on the clock, 3.7 seconds left. Snowflake's got no timeouts. Sholo's got a pair of them. Doesn't really matter, does it? Snowflake can't stop the clock. And the second free throw good. Sholo calls timeout immediately, and Snowflake's got to love that. Gives them a chance to do something, but they're going to have to go the length of the courts and try to win this game. We'll come back in 30 seconds for the final 3.7 of this one, everybody. Stand by. Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
72-70, Sholo in front of Snowflake. This Cougar team had a huge lead at halftime. They were on top 34-26. 44-26. Pardon me, it was an 18-point lead. Here comes Snowflake. Long baseball pass down the floor, and Snowflake's going to lose it out of bounds, but they said Sholo touched it last. Sholo tipped it out, and it leaves 1.4 seconds for Snowflake, and they can throw the ball in from the corner, set a play, and you know what? Sholo's going to let them talk over that play. Sholo's going to call another timeout for their defense. Well, listen, I wouldn't call timeout, but that's why I'm here and not on the bench coaching, because I don't want Snowflake to have a chance to go to their playbook. Snowflake had no timeouts. I would make Snowflake run a play from the bench with the limited time. They're going to get about 8 seconds when you talk about the exchange from the official. Let's watch it again. You see the replay, and Big Joe Matthews, Big Joe Mama, giving us the look at it here, our technical director. It looked like right there it was last touched by Bigos. Looked like it came off his leg, and the official, that's what he saw. So I think they called it. I think they got it right. And here we go. Northland Basketball fans, Sports Zone Nation, how do you like this finish? Snowflake will have one chance. Inbound it. You got to put it up pretty quick to beat that 1.4 seconds. Lob it inside. It tips. Snowflake is unable to control. Nash Brewer has it last. And that's your ball game. What a finish. Sholo holds on. Sholo holds on to get the win in this one tonight. Congratulations to the Cougars. A 72-70 win over the Snowflake Lobos. With the victory tonight. With a victory tonight, the Cougars in the region. Take a look at it for you. The Cougars in the region now go to 2-1. Snowflake drops to 2-2. So Sholo has technically a half-game lead over Snowflake. Both of those teams are trailing Winslow and Holbrook in the 3A East region standings. We'll talk to the Sports Zone's player of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center in a moment. And we're going to talk to two kids. We're going to talk to Preston Power. Can't be denied with his 30-point performance tonight. for the team, for Sholo. He was just massive in the second half. Actually had 31 points. And Thomas Ellsworth with 20 points today. The best performance we've ever seen out of that young man right there, the junior guard for Sholo. Thomas came to play tonight, and he was lights out shooting from outside the arc in the first half. So those two guys, we're going to talk to them. We'll talk to Coach James Simmons coming up here in a moment, everybody. Looks like they're going to make a trip to the locker room first. Are they going to come out? And stay here, okay. So we'll stay here as well. Player of the game is, we got Preston and we got Thomas, okay? So it's kind of difficult because Thomas came out and had such a big first half for the team and deserves some recognition for the jump start he got that team in the first half, and his effort was about as important as anybody, getting an 18-point halftime lead. And then in the second half, with Snowflake steadily coming back and chipping away to nearly get a win, it was Preston Power and his amazing second half that secured the victory for the Show Low Cougars. Preston scored 31, and 21 of that came in the second half. Let's talk to our guys. Hey, welcome in everybody to Sholo High School tonight as we wrap up Game 2 of our broadcast coverage of Northland Basketball and present you the Sports Zone's players of the game. We got two of them tonight. It's hard to distinguish between them. Big second half for the first guy we'll talk to. Big first half for the guy that will follow him. Our player of the game is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, everybody. Sholo beat Snowflake in this one. The final score 72-70. And let's talk to Preston Power. Preston, congratulations. What a win tonight.
Thank you so much.
Boy, that was exciting, man. You guys had that big first half, had an 18-point halftime lead, and then Snowflake just stormed back in the second half. And you had to hold on with your fingertips to hang on to this one. Tell us about what it was like going down the stretch in those last couple of minutes.
Man, it was tough. It was definitely a roller coaster, back and forth. Shots made, shots missed, and I'm just glad that we came out on top.
Well, I made a statement. You're going to hear this statement if you go back and watch the broadcast, and I assume at some point you might do that. I made a statement that, Preston, I don't know if there's anybody in the state that's better from 12 feet in than you are. And after I made that statement, you kept proving it over and over and over to me anyway. Tell me about your game. You can do stuff from the outside as well. We've seen you handle the ball. You got some good open court handles with the ball. You can shoot from the outside as well, but around the basket, you put a lot of work in. Tell me about what it means to you to be an effective low post player.
It means a lot. I work on it every day. I try my best. I go in early. I go in after practice, just working on easy little shots because I know my place. I'm not a great three-point shooter, so I'll stay down below and work down below in this big man.
When Snowflake was making that comeback, were you feeling the pressure?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's a pretty good team out there. You played those guys a lot over your years.
A lot.
You come out on top most of the time?
Yeah.
Certainly did tonight.
Yep.
Congratulations to you, man. What a great game. 31 points for you, big guy. And we congratulate you, one of the Sports Zone's players of the game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Good job.
Thank you.
He's got a T-shirt for himself right there. Let's talk to his teammate that came out and lit this place on fire in the first quarter. What a start to the game for this guy. Thomas Ellsworth joins us now, one of our Sports Zone players of the game. Thomas, congratulations.
Thank you.
Boy, that first quarter, dude, you were unbelievable. Your whole team, everybody was shooting. I don't know what you guys shot from three-point land in the first half, but it had to be 70+% from outside the arc.
Yeah.
And you personally, tell me about it. Tell me about the stroke. And you were feeling it early in this game.
Yeah, me and Cameron Valentine, I was 4 for 5 and he was 4 for 4. We were hot that first quarter, and I think that's what put us ahead and kept us ahead right there.
Boy, that early start was really needed because Snowflake's they had that great second half. So, tell me about the feel for you and the team as that lead was building in the first half. I mean, you guys must have felt invincible.
Well, yeah, I thought coming after halftime that we just have to hold the ball a lot and then we win pretty easily. But Snowflake didn't let up, and so we barely got that win.
Thomas, I have a thing where I hate halftime, especially in basketball. I hate it because teams go, if they're shooting well, if they're shooting lights out in the first half, you always see them go cold after that break for halftime. Is that what happened to you guys?
Yeah, usually our third quarter is our best quarter, but today was our first quarter, and then after that we got cold and they got hot.
shot all your bullets in the first half, right? And then just the break for halftime kind of cooled you off there. But it's a big win against a quality team. You guys were ranked 12th, they were ranked 8th, and you're right there near the top of the 3A East region standings. Are you having fun?
Oh yeah, it's been a load of fun.
Yeah, in this game here.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. The crowd and everything.
Your fans, right? They showed up. Man, Snowflake showed up as well.
Yeah.
This was a big one. It's a good one. We congratulate you. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the swag right there, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, there's one of our players of the game, Thomas Ellsworth. The Sports Zone Player of the Game is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We congratulate the Show Low Cougars on a 72-70 win here in this one tonight at Hatch Toyota Arena. And we'll get a chance also to talk to the victorious head coach, the guy that guided his team to a win and was able to massage his team through the final seconds of this one and get that win. Let's mic up the coach for Sholo and have a last moment discussion. What a night tonight here in both games, really, both games here. And let's congratulate Sholo. Well, final score tonight in the boys varsity matchup between Sholo and Snowflake. The Cougars prevail. They get a 72-70 win over Snowflake. This is Northland Basketball. Sports fans, my name is Floyd Simmons. Let's talk with James Simmons, no relation. James Simmons is the head coach of the Sholo Cougars, and he joins us now. Congratulations on your win, Coach.
Thank you, Floyd.
Wow, Coach. You guys sure know how to give us all cardiac arrest out here. That was a heck of a finish and a close game.
Yeah, we always know that our region's going to be a dogfight every night. Nobody's out of it, and we kept talking when we had that lead. It's like you got to finish, because Snowflake's going to have a run, and so we just kept pushing that in our timeouts and things like that. And, the kids hung together and did some good things. We do some crazy things at times, as you know. But it was a great win for our kids and our program, and so we're looking forward to finishing out the season and all in our 3A East. So it's going to be fun.
A tale of two halves in this one, Coach. Yep. You outscored Snowflake in the first half by 18. They outscored you in the second half by 16.
Right.
Thereabouts. You get the win in the end. Let's talk about the first half, first of all. Your team was shooting lights out. I don't know what you were as a team shooting from three-point land. Thank you, Scott. I don't know what you guys were in that first half shooting outside the arc, but it had to be in the 70 percentile area,
Yep.
Shooting threes.
Yeah, and we shoot the ball again. You've covered us enough that if you're open, you better shoot it. And so that, and number two is, we believe you're going to make it or you wouldn't be on the floor. And so in our offense and our flow, if you're open, you've got to shoot it. We hope you make it. We want you to make it, obviously. But, I think turnovers is what hurt us more than anything else throughout, especially the third quarter.
Yeah, well, it's hard to stay hot when you get that halftime break, Coach. You guys get to the locker room and you cool off a little bit, and it's hard to keep shooting like you did in the first half. And that kind of showed in the second half.
Sure.
The shooting wasn't as good. Snowflake stormed back, and in that final moment, they were right there with you. What did you do? You mentioned you got to finish to your kids, but listen, you call 2 timeouts in Arizona. This is why I don't coach. Because when that ball went out of bounds with 1.4 seconds left in the corner, I'm not calling timeout when I know the other guy has none. But you call timeout and set your defense.
Right.
And it worked. You defended that inbound pass. You prevented it. You get the win. Coach, I'm telling you, walk us through the final minute of the game in your mind.
Well, again, we had to we missed some free throws late, had some turnovers. But, we did use, I think, 3 timeouts there in the last, minute, little bit over a minute. And just mostly it was setting our defense, number one. And number two was take care of the basketball because they're going to pressure you. They're a physical team. Coach Joe does a great job. And so we said, you got to defend. You got to run our press offense. We had some lapses in there and threw the ball over, turned it over, etc. But, again, like you said, we hung in there. And sometimes you win ugly and sometimes in the 3A East, you win ugly. Not just this game, but other teams and other programs.
And you'll take this one, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, Coach, I got to ask you this question.
Okay.
I made a strong statement in the broadcast. I thought a strong statement. I say this. I don't know of anybody in the state that's better than Preston Power inside of 12 feet. You get him around the basket, and he is almost unstoppable, and that's what he showed in the second half of this game. Am I biting off more than I can chew when I make a statement like that, or
no?
Is there a possibility that he's just about the best there is?
He's definitely one of the best in Arizona, and that's what we tell him. Is we tell the whole team, don't force it inside, because sometimes we look to him too much, and then maybe run a swing pass or something like that and let him reset. But yeah, if he gets the ball inside, he's strong enough to finish and get an and one. But yeah, we look for him. We look for his leadership. I mean, he's a 4-year varsity player, 3-year starter, and so with him and Thomas, and Cam hit some big threes early in the first quarter that really got us off and running. And so again, if we play as a team and play together, I mean, last year we were 12-18, and whatever we are now, 17-5 or whatever. It's listening to me and believing in what I do and what we do in our system. And, we've got some believers, and so we got to just keep doing that.
Keep doing it. Well, it's a tough region. The 3A East, well-balanced from top to bottom, Coach. You've got a lot of challenges left in front of you, but the way that team played tonight, yeah, granted, Snowflake with a big comeback, but Sholo certainly proved they're the match for anybody in this region.
Thank you.
And the playoffs are going to be fun coming up.
We
Coach.
always appreciate your support and the radio that we get with you, and the time with the kids. So we really appreciate you, Floyd.
You bet, Coach. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
All right, James Simmons, the head coach of these Show Low Cougars, and the boys team for Sholo. They get the victory tonight, 72-70 over the Snowflake Lobos. What a game, what a finish. And Snowflake falls just that short. Congratulations to the Cougars. Folks, this is Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone. Well, let's go ahead and hit that closing theme as we wrap it up on our broadcast coverage tonight here at Hatch Toyota Arena. Coming up on Saturday night, tomorrow night, we will be at Monument Valley. The Mustangs will host the Winter Rock Fighting Scouts. The girls play at 6. The other way around. Boys at 6, girls at 7:30 tomorrow night. And we'll have broadcast coverage for you of those games. We'll figure out where we are Tuesday night. We still don't know yet on that. And then next Thursday, we will be down in the Valley of the Sun in Mesa. Mountain View hosting Westwood, and we'll have coverage of that for you next Thursday night. Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. For Derek Simmons, our producer, our technical director, Big Joe Mama, and our camera operator on this one, that's Big Sean Olestead. I'm Floyd Simmons saying God bless you, folks. Thanks for joining us. Sholo beats Snowflake 72-70 in the boys game. We'll see you next time with more Northland Basketball.